Oh, that was on Monday?
Was that Monday?
We were 11 for 13 on third down, 123 yards, 3 touchdowns on Monday night alone.
Oh, was it?
Hey, welcome into Thy Kingdom Come. We're a podcast where we talk all things Chiefs and NFL. My name's Josiah. This is Dionte over there. And then we have Justyn behind the camera. He doesn't even have a mic today. We all are kind of down with a little something. So you're going to have to listen to me talk along with Dionte.
Yay.
So, yeah, we'll just kind of roll right into it. Talking about last week, a nail-biter of a game, with the Buccaneers. Mahomes also gave us a little scare, which was not very fun.
Not at all.
At all. But he came out like Superman and won the game for us. So.
Yep.
So, anyway, I can run through the stats as soon as Justyn gets his act together. We can talk about injuries, too. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Before that, whatever. I'll briefly run over the what all the trade moves that happened. Obviously, several happened within the last few weeks, we got. We'll just start with the. I don't know if we mentioned last week. Dionte Johnson got traded to the Baltimore Ravens. Cam Robinson, Minnesota's tackle went out. I think he's out for the year, so that was a big loss for them. So they went out and got Cam Robinson from the Jaguars. Cardinals got Baron Browning, which Cardinals is right now, believe it or not, winning their division. So they're trying to make a little noise. So it's kind of odd to see. I didn't think they was really going to do well at all, to be honest. You got Zadarius Smith to the Lions. They lost Aiden Hutchinson, so looking for that that rusher on the line. Even though Lions have been playing well, so yeah, Zadarius Smith was a big pickup actually for them on the outside. He basically went back to the division, just a different team. The Bengals went and got Khalil Herbert. Zach Moss is looking to be out for the rest of the year due to a neck injury. So they went and got Khalil Herbert with Chase Brown, I think is his name. He's actually been running pretty well for them. So they just shored up their backfield with that. Cowboys went and got Jonathan Mingo from the Panthers. And it's so funny because, man, I mean, all over just sports channels and stuff, they're just kind of getting written a little bit for this pickup of why, I'm sure we probably all are like, why? Because honestly, they need some running back. But they went and got Jonathan Mingo. A little fact with Jonathan Mingo, he actually was Josiah and I was talking about this yesterday. He got drafted before Rashee Rice and it was Jaden Reed, who two standout players that are having an impact in the league. So, and he hasn't had a quarterback in Carolina, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. Marshawn Lattimore, he was the big ticket for secondary for a lot of teams. He did get dealt to the Washington Redskins. Commanders. Don't ban us or anything. Washington Commanders, where they traded up a 2025 third rounder, 2025 fourth rounder, and a 2025 sixth rounder for Lattimore and a 2025 fifth rounder. So basically, they probably swapped kind of maybe some positioning there, I guess you can say. And Marshawn Lattimore was actually one that the Chiefs were talking for. But as you can see, some of the draft capital that went out, we probably was like, it's not worth it for us. We go bring one of our guys from the practice squad if we need to be, and let's keep moving. So he was a big ticket out there. Then Pittsburgh, they went out and made two moves. They went and got Mike Williams and Preston Smith, which Mike Williams, I think it's out there to be that Ed Rodgers didn't know until hearing on the Pat McAfee show or something around there when he figured out that the trade happened. So a little weird, but, hey, that's that. But then they got an edge rusher, Preston Smith. So Pittsburgh's trying to make some noise out there. I mean, they're playing well, and I think they're winning their division right now. I think they're leading the division. So they went out and made a couple moves. So they're about it right now. And then Baltimore, They went out and got another pickup. They went and got Tre'Davious White, cornerback from the Rams. Again, they had got Dionte Johnson, now Tre'Davious White. So a lot of these teams trying to shore up, especially in the AFC, to looking to compete, with the best teams. And then San Francisco, they got Khalil Davis from Houston, a D tackle. So, and as we all know, San Francisco's D line has been they got a ton of injuries on there, and so they went and got a guy, and they traded for a 2026 7th-round pick. So, several moves happening. Really, only a few standouts. I think the Marshawn Lattimore was a huge one, and then Pittsburgh getting 2 players, the Lions, Darius Smith. So some moves happening, and so we'll see how these play out. But trade deadline is no more, and those are those moves. So that's that, and then a few injuries for the Chiefs. You got Isaiah Pacheco, who I think they're looking late November, right? Kind of later November. He even put a post out that, thank you guys for all your support. I'm ready, I'm coming back stronger. So I guess his progress is looking well. And so that's that. Mike Dana is still battling. I think it's pectoral, was it? Pectoral injury. So he's still battling something there. Najee Johnson, questionable. And then Juju with the hamstring. I do want to note, right now on the injury report, as we saw in the game, Karlaftis and Turk Wharton, some kind of collision or so on one of the plays. They both go down where Karlaftis kind of holding his hip and, I don't know, I think knee for Turk Wharton. So, but they don't have an injury designation right now, and they both came back in the game and played. Although in the fourth quarter on that last drive, we really didn't see a lot of Karlaftis. There were certain plays I was like, wait, where's he at? But he wasn't in the game. So I don't know. Maybe they've just been a little cautious, but we got that. And then, we know that also not having a designation. Also, McCall Hardman, we've seen him go down in the game with the shoulder, where he had a very nice run and just landed really hard on the sideline and seemed hurt his shoulder. They take him back, and he comes back in the game. He actually made a nice third down catch for us, to where he slips, but, he kept his hand and his footing and got the first down. So a few players just kind of see, and, we may see Juju back this week and add to it. Obviously, and then it looks like they placed Jared Wiley injury reserve for his knee. So we got some tight ends. Obviously, Jody Fortson that went out the previous week. But we did see with this injury reserve of Jared Wiley, Peyton Hendershot. He got in the game and made he had a catch. I think one or two catches. So, again, seeing those guys step up. So, before I start, we have that, and then we'll start talking about and go right into some of the game recap. So,
yeah, a lot happened. Some other ones were like Dak Prescott went out.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be out for a few weeks.
Him and CeeDee Lamb got hurt in that game.
Yep,
yeah.
CeeDee Lamb just kept getting hit on that shoulder, and he kept coming in the game, which was crazy. It's Justin's face right now. But yeah, that's really it for the Chiefs. And so even with all that, we were still able to get the win. So
yep.
So we can move on to the box score now. Patrick Mahomes didn't have an interception. He was 34 for 44, 291 yards passing, averaging 6.6 to throw.
I think this is his first game without an interception. I think
I think so.
Making progress, baby.
Yeah. He did have 4 sacks.
Yeah.
But, that's fine. We got away with the win.
Well,
excuse me.
And I think on one of those, you see the one where he rolls out, and he kind of Vita Vea missed him, and then he gets hit by another guy. You got to understand that when in that moment also, He's not trying to make a bad play. We've seen where some of those bad plays have caused some interceptions, and Kansas was the guy who ended up getting him down. But he, he scrambled out to the right side, our left. It was his right, and he seemed to get taken a hit. But he was trying to extend the play, but he also wasn't trying to make a mistake. So I think that's a smart move on that. But yeah, he did go down four times. So
yeah. So and then for the rushing side of the ball, Kareem Hunt, who it felt like at some points was just winning us that game single-handedly. Of course, it helped the O-line where he was able to get through. But he had 27 carries for 106 yards and 1 touchdown. His longest was 15 yards. And the nearest guy was Samaje Perine for 1 carry and 10 yards. So he
crucial play.
Single-handedly kind of just took it on his back and was our run game.
Which the first half, I think he had like 6 or 8 carries for like 28 yards or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So we didn't give him the ball much, and then we were like, after the second half, we were like, okay, what are we doing? Let's get back to the game. Mahomes getting hit. He's getting sacked. Let's give this man the ball and just let him cook, and let the best interior lineman in the league just go to town on some guys. So I'm glad that they made that adjustment, because as you see, it was huge. We had a 12 play drive, 15 play drive, and he was a huge part in that. So yeah, Kareem Hunt, man, he's looking good.
Yeah, over 100 yards, and he also had that touchdown.
Yep.
So that was really good. And then
Walk-off
for receiving,
touchdown.
right? Receiving, Travis Kelce back at the top at 14 receptions for 100 yards, 7.1 average. His longest was 20 yards.
Hey, check this out.
14 of 16 targets.
Hey, check this out. He's the first player ever in any position over the 35 age or over to have 14 receptions in the game.
Really?
Yep, to have 14 receptions in the game over 35 years of age, any position. He's the first player ever to have 14 receptions in the game. So just making stats, man. Making history. Let's go.
And Justin's being a little controversial right now, saying that he's a beast. Like, washed? I don't know. 100 yards a game, probably.
Yeah.
But then DeAndre Hopkins, too, he had some really, really clutch catches whenever it really mattered. 8 receptions of 9 targets, 86 yards, average of 10.8 a catch, and 2 touchdowns, and his longest was 35 yards. And, you predicted 2 touchdowns by DeAndre Hopkins, Justin? Yep, so he lived up to that. Okay, yeah, check the Twitter if you don't believe him.
D-Hop was huge. He made some good plays. He just stepped up where it was needed, and it was good. Just to see him, have a good game, because I believe he's a future Hall of Fame guy, and so it's good to see him coming into the offense, and and he had a standout game.
Yeah. Yeah, and as Justin just put up, that catch where he was in triple coverage, and he still came away with it, on third down.
Dude.
Which, by the way,
I don't know how he got that ball, bro.
Mahomes was he ended the night perfect on third down, right? Like did he end it?
Yeah.
He was at least for like 99% of the game. He was perfect on third down.
I think he ended. Yep.
So, is that for the Chiefs?
The last
on
three,
the whole.
That's the last 3 weeks within this span. We're 11 for 13. Mahomes is 11 for 13.
That was on Monday?
Was that Monday?
We were 11 for 13 on third down, 123 yards, 3 touchdowns on Monday night alone.
Oh, was it? Okay.
That's insane. But another guy was Justin Watson. I mean, his stats aren't, anywhere near what DeAndre Hopkins were, but there were a few catches in there that was like crucial. We needed to get those, and he was able to get it done. So he was 3 for 43, 14.3 average, and his longest was 19. And then everyone else kind of you got a tight end involved, and then Kareem Hunt and McCole Hardman as well, kind of getting some. So yeah, and then Noah Gray kind of tweaked something, didn't he, in the game? Was he? Because they said that he was
I can't remember
dealing with something, but then he came back in and he was fine for the rest of the game. So
it's weird not seeing him have a catch.
Right,
he's been having catches about every game. So, but
yep, and then Travis Kelce had the fumble. That was
sometimes
I'm sure that sucked.
Yeah, sometimes on those plays, I know he tries to do that little cutback move, and sometimes it's just like, man, you just want to see him to go forward, and the guy had a good spot on the tackle where the ball was, and he did fumble, which was a little big part in the game and the momentum of that. The end of that was the second quarter, as we were trying to move to get a score before obviously, coming back at halftime to kick the ball off to them. So
yeah,
that was a little nerve wracking, but hey, it happens, and we pick our guy up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, absolutely. Is there anything you want to talk about on the defensive side of the ball? Any highlights you saw?
Defensive wise, yeah, we got some set. Carl after he played
a
great game, and he's been playing well all year, and so he played really well. I think this game, this is where the culture and the environment of the team of just coming together to where we've seen some of these other games where we have maybe offensively not really score touchdowns in the red zone or different things, or the defense have had to step up, and they wasn't their strongest this game. We did give up 24 points, and we seen just McDuffie bid hard on a play action that got him that touchdown towards in the fourth quarter. You just seen some of the guys kind of making some mistakes and different things. Although Chris Jones, he was pressuring well. The defensive line played really well. I mean, just think rushing wise between the three running backs, not no jet sweep or anything, but between the three running backs, I think they gave up like 58 yards. So they still, with their two top running backs only getting 21 and 28 yards, I think it was. So they still stepped up and played well there. We've seen a little bit Nick Bowden. He got cooked a little bit with the tight end. We've kind of seen that a little all year because, Otten, he had a game, and so I think this was obviously not their best game, but they did still play well. And, hey, maybe they still feared them enough to not go for the 2-point conversion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So, who knows? So I think, it was a little weaker game, but we had but they, that's where then the offense stepped up. They stepped up and produced where we needed to. Just think on third downs in the whole game, we was 12 for 18 on third downs, and we was 1 for 1 on fourth down. We had the ball for 40 minutes to their 25. We did have the one turnover. We didn't cause any turnovers, but I would say Baker Mayfield from last week into this week, the time that he got the ball out of his hands was so quick. A minute, 1.4 to, 2.1, something, or 1.8, 1.23 to 2.1. It was so quick. So he was ready, and he played in the moment, which, really does, with the quarterback's getting the ball out like that, and he didn't make a bunch of downfield throws to make risky plays, although Justin Reed should have had that interception. So, and it's so funny because before the game, a lot of announcers were talking about some of the things that Baker Mayfield do, and he's been having trouble reading those coverages where they drop a guy under, but they still have the guy over the top, to where the under guy comes up and he makes a play, and he's been having interceptions on that very thing that we missed. So he only made that once, and it's funny because the camera looked at him, and you can see him like, whoa, I caught a break. So
I could kind of tell. After that, I was like, man, if he should have caught that, because Baker Mayfield's like, okay, I'm not doing that again.
Right, and you've seen it happen. So again, maybe that's why obviously we didn't get no turnovers, but that was all right. And so we did get a couple sacks with Karlaftis, and then the other one was like a team effort. Everybody kind of jumped on Baker Mayfield a little bit. So we held him to 284 total yards. We had 384 yards. So we defense still stepped up, and they played well. Again, we struggled against tight ends. So Kate Otten had a game. Sterling Shepard had, he had a drive on that last drive, again, that ball. So that was that. And then, the overtime. We know the controversial part of, do I, as a coach for them, do I go for two? Do I kick this, give us a shot? And Boyles, he's not a risky guy, so it's just played into his character still. And you never know what's going to happen on the coin toss. You know what I mean? Obviously, Baker Mayfield knew that. Baker Mayfield knew after that coin toss, like, oh shoot, you seen it, the head go back, and we received the ball, and it was very methodically moving the ball down the field with Kareem Hunt with that walk off. And let me just say, let's just bring it out for those that want to again leverage and complain about the calls. When you look at Jawad Taylor on that goal line play in the overtime, you can tell it wasn't like as the play happened, and even when you look in slow motion and you start to see the upper body move, sure they could have called it, but it was so subtle that sure you could have called it and you could have not. Even if they called it, I guaranteed the Chiefs were scoring a touchdown on that play. So, I mean, they were determined to get in that end zone, and I think our play calling was going to resemble that. And then, in the fourth quarter and in that overtime drive, they couldn't. They didn't really stop what we were doing. So I think that they were. We were determined to get in the end zone. So call could have been called. Sure, no. They didn't, and that's a part of the game. It happens, I'm sure we could have been all up in arms on the faint holding call that got them the one drive for the touchdown, that we were like, what was going on, to where even when they show the replay of Trent McDuffie, that he was the one looking like to be pushed over, because Trent McDuffie made contact but was still within the 5 yards, and I think it was Shepard literally grabbed his jersey and put him aside. So, and then them, it looked like a faint face mask or whatever. And they called the face mask, but, I mean, really, it should have been called holding. So it was 5 more yards than the 10 or whatever. So, I mean, there's going to be those things that happen in the game. And, all those that want to hate can continue to complain about the play calling. But you can't make up for everything else that goes into the game and what happens in that, whether offense, defense, the opposing team, the Chiefs. It all goes into the pot of the total game. And so that's a part of it. So, again, we come out, the Chiefs come out, we're 8-0, so still undefeated. That's 14 wins in a row since last year losing on Christmas Day. And so 14 games in a row, and they're playing well. And here's the thing I love is that the coaching and the environment is this, that even when players have gone down, a lot of people talked about this game. Oh, well, the Buccaneers' top 3 playmakers are out. We have 4. We have 3 receivers and our running back who were key players in what we were looking to do, which 3 of them were from trade and pickup, and then the other our star running back. You know what I mean? And here's the thing: people have even Jalen Watson, our cornerback. So even saying, oh, well, they had these and that. It's happening all around the league right now. A lot of injuries going around, and teams just have to, players have to pick up, where the people are dropping. And so the one thing I love is that here's the thing, our team aspect, when players have went down and they did go down, there's a next man up mentality, right? And with that though, the coaching staff has instilled confidence in the players that, okay, you're the next man up, but I believe in you so much and trust in you that you're better than the person on the other side of you. That receiver to step up. You're better than that DB lining up. I mean, look at Justyn Watson. He had 3 for 43. That were some crucial plays. You know what I'm saying? And so these guys are coming in, and they're stepping up, and everybody's playing their part. They have the goal in mind. And, sure, we have the long-term goal of a 3P, but they're taking game by game. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to them and just what they're creating. Man, I'm telling you, Reed and Spags they're amazing. And Veach in the front office and what he's done to get players in, making that move for DHOP and some of these players to know, okay, let's help our guys out because we're dropping like flies a little bit. Bringing Kareem Hunt in, and he's playing spectacular. So it's good to see those guys coming up. I hope Patty, man, take care of that ankle, bro. That was so scary on that little play.
Don't do that to me.
Man, non-contact is the worst injuries.
I know.
Non-contact.
Yeah.
So it was just like.
He just buckled.
Like, I don't know about you guys, and I'm sure everyone watching, the touchdown happened. I'm jumping out my chair. I'm going crazy. And they just moved the camera, and he's on the ground. I'm like, no. I was like, there's no flag. Who hit him? It had to have been super late because I felt like he got the ball out. I'm like, what just happened? We're thinking, Justyn thought, man, do ACL, whatever, by just the way kind of his leg and he buckled. And I'm just like, it just sucked the life. I'm sure you can hear a pin drop in that stadium, which is rare in Arrowhead. And, but it is funny because they came out and Reed said, I want you to get x-ray again. And Mahomes like, that ain't happening again. Like, take me in the tent, spat me up, and then you see him running on the sideline jogging, and he comes back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good opportunity, though, to talk about why we got Carson Wentz for that type of situation, because after that happened, I was kind of worried just because of how long, like with what you were saying, because there was no contact. It's like, man, how is this going to be bad? But for the game, I wasn't even really that worried. Like I was, like obviously you'd rather have Mahomes in there, and it ended up being a super close game. But with Carson Wentz in there to just manage the rest of the game and like just help them keep on hammering away at them and keep on to the lead, I was like, well, I'm not too worried about it as I otherwise would have been.
Yeah.
So
and he's played in big moments, close games and different things like that. And yeah, I felt the same. I felt pretty good in that because some of the other players around that, I think again with how Kareem Hunt was playing, would have took a load off. And then man, you got Kelsey and DHOP on certain plays that we need to throw the ball. And I think, could have managed that game as well. So, but it was good to see him come back in the game and play. And, he didn't do anything crazy, which was good. So hopefully he takes care of that. And we just see they get healthy because injuries, they can especially ankle, they can linger a little bit. And so, and we got a lot of games left with no bye week. So, although, I guess we do kind of get another bye week on Black Friday against the Raiders. But no, just kidding. I'm gonna get too cocky out there. All right.
Yeah.
So that's that. And man, I love D-Hop and Kelsey and the Red Zone. They're gonna be a duo, man. I mean, it's just exciting. And then to see, hopefully, January, there's a high chance for Hollywood Brown to come back. They both played in Arizona together. I'm telling you, man, that I think our team's going to look different in January. As long as everybody else stays healthy, we're going to look like a different team. And let's see what we can do. So, great game. I mean, it was a great game. All gave us all a scare, being our first loss. Buccaneers, they played well.
Kudos to them. Seriously,
they played well. They really did. So that was so there's that. So let's get into the record. So we tied last week. Justin and I, for our picks, we did tie because we both chose the Chiefs over the Bucks, and so we went 8-6 or sorry 9-6 on the week. So we tied there. Mine was looking pretty scary because I was getting a lot of losses, and then the latter half games kind of stepped up, which I think I remember on the recording. Justin was picking some picks against me, so on purpose. So it kind of helped me out a little bit. So, but yeah, we both went 8-6, and so man, let's start. Let's dive into these picks, the picks for
this coming week.
Yeah.
So on Thursday night, we have the Bengals at the Ravens.
This is gonna be a good Thursday night game.
Yeah,
I think this is gonna be good.
Two teams that I want to lose.
Yeah, I know that's the thing. It's like you want
and I want them to lose bad,
right? So just beat each other up, really. But for me to catch up record-wise to Justin, I am going Ravens over Bengals. I really want the Bengals to win to give us more margin and just, where the record is, from the Ravens. And, but I also want to see the Bengals not make the playoffs. So I got Ravens over Bengals. Who you got?
I would pick the Ravens, but Justin's picking the Bengals.
All right.
So I'll throw in my opinion as well, but really their records are what matters. This season long, who's going to win type of thing. We're going to have to do something for the winner.
Yeah.
I don't know, to hold it over. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Baltimore's a 0.6 favorite. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, Justin said on the record that he cares about what I think.
Absolutely.
So that makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. At 8:30 in the morning, I am rearranging my whole schedule. I'm not going to be at church.
Oh, whoa!
I'm not gonna
cut the camera. We gotta have a talk.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I mean this game is the game of the season. In Munich, it's the Giants versus the Panthers.
Man,
I've rearranged my whole calendar.
This may be the best game of the year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who's going to score the least points?
The Panthers, because I have the Giants winning.
I have the Giants winning as well.
Okay. I got the Giants.
Justin isn't even picking. He's just saying the stadium's going to explode and no one wins. Oh, now the Panthers. They crawl out of the rubble.
Bryce Young comes back last week to start, and they beat the boys, didn't they? They beat the Cowboys. Oh, no. It wasn't Cowboys. It was Panthers beat the Saints. Yes, Saints. With Saints get some of their players back. Drew Brees. Drew Brees.
I was about to say. I was like, what?
Derek Carr. Chris Olave did get a concussion, which Michael Thomas went to Twitter to let him know how upset he was because also he looks at Carr was one who set him up for one of his big injuries that he had. So, but yeah. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that one. I'm so excited for that one.
Yeah.
Another one I'm really excited for.
Your best friend.
Yeah, right. It's the Patriots at Chicago. Chicago's projected win.
I have Patriots winning this game. I do.
Yeah, how did the Bears do last week? Didn't they?
Bears lost.
Yeah.
They lost to the Commanders. Or no, I'm so sorry. No, they lost. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, who did they lose to? Oh, Arizona?
Arizona, that's what it was. I was like, where did I have them at?
And then like Drake May was playing. I mean, they were playing the Titans, but like that one, I watched the end of that one. That was a close game.
Yeah, it was.
Against Mason Rudolph. So that Justin's gonna die over there in the corner.
Yeah, I got the Pats winning this game.
I'm gonna go with the Bears.
You go with the Bears?
Yeah, and then Justin goes with the Patriots.
All right.
So
sounds good.
I mean, yeah, such an exciting game. It's the next we're gonna do the Bills at the Colts.
I really wanted to choose the Colts here, and I chose the Bills, I really wanted to choose the Colts, but man, I I don't know. Their quarterbacks, Joe Flacco.
Flacco lost, right?
Yeah.
Last week.
Flacco and, Anthony Ritt. I mean, they can't get it together. And, Bills kind of steamrolled Miami a little bit. But I'm going the Bills. I really want Colts to win. I hope they win, but I'm going the Bills.
Okay. Yep. We're all picking Bills. All three of us. So
Bills.
And then we'll skip us and move on to the Falcons at the Saints.
I got Falcons here.
Yeah, I got Falcons as well.
Falcons are 4-0 in their division. 4-0 in their division. So they're kind of walking away a little bit. And the Saints, if they lose this game against them, Falcons is really walking away with it. And Falcons is 3-0 away. So we all got I got Falcons. Justyn has Falcons by a lot.
By a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got Falcons. I don't know by how much, but and it's getting to the point to where for some of these teams they start losing one or two more games, and it's basically over as far as they're in their division. So we're kind of getting to that point in the season. Now we have 49ers at the Buccaneers. Man, this one's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I am going 49ers. They do have CMC.
Practicing?
They've opened up his practice. His practice part there. But I think I'm going 49ers here. 49ers.
Justin's going with the Buccaneers. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers as well.
All right. Alrighty.
So now, and then this one's going to be a really good game.
Oh, yeah, it is.
The Steelers at the Commanders.
I got the Commanders.
I know who you have. Yeah, they're like your team. Jaden Daniels is like your.
I like that NFC.
Pick your. NFC
I got
team.
I have my favorite team, which is in the AFC side, and the AFC. I'm on this Commanders hype. I don't know. It's a little bit, although it was the same conference, kind of like the Texans. What C.J. Stroud was doing. Jaden Daniels is doing some wonders over there. So I got this will be a good game.
Oh, yeah.
It will be a good game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go with the Steelers.
Justin's going Steelers as well.
Oh, yeah, he's going Steelers as well. Okay, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good game. I mean, I could see it going either way.
Yep.
And then we have the Vikings at Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm Minnesota.
Yeah, this one's not even really that
Jacksonville's
tough.
they're struggling. They're struggling. They're trading away their players. And was trying to trade away more. But yeah, I'm going with the Vikings here. Jaguars just they look bad.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, they're not looking well.
Yeah, we're all going Vikings.
Vikings.
And then there's the Titans at the Chargers. I have the Chargers. Yeah, gross is probably the better pick. We should.
I have
probably
the
say.
Chargers too. I do have the Chargers too. I mean, they're actually playing some decent football, which is but I got the Chargers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we all three have the Chargers.
We're
agreeing on a lot of these.
With the U.
Then we have the Eagles at the Cowboys. This one's not hard either.
No.
Although,
all right,
previous years it would have been pretty close.
Yep. All right, let's say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Jets.
Eagles. Nice. Jets are going to win. I got the Eagles. Cowboys got a ton of injuries. And Eagles is kind of, all right, Saquon Barkley, you jumping over people backwards now? Who are you?
Yeah.
You Madden human joystick. So, Eagles are, Saquon Barkley is doing some magic over there. And even though their coaches, we won't say it on camera. But anyways, Eagles will win this game.
Censorship on camera.
Yeah.
Stupid. Exactly, Justin.
Who did you choose, Justyn?
I mean,
you chose Eagles?
I mean,
I don't know. I saw Cowboys up there.
I mean.
All right, Eagles all around. Eagles all around.
I just realized we could be saying whatever we want to about his picks.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it. We only have a few games left.
Oh, man.
Then we have the Jets at the Cardinals. Eagles by 4 touchdowns. That's crazy.
Cardinals 1.5 favorite. I am going. I have Cardinals on this one. Do it? Yes, I have Cardinals over Jets, and Justin's going Benny and the Jets. Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Jets too.
You going with the Jets?
I'm going with the Jets.
All right.
Like
They won last week.
They did, and Aaron Rodgers has kind of been on the fence for me on whether or not he just needs to finally call it quits. But depending on what he does this week, I mean, who knows? Maybe they can turn it around. Who knows?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers was excited that Mike Williams was gone. He's over the moon.
Sunday night game. Lions
game.
and the Texans. This is gonna be good too.
He's been struggling a little bit.
Yep,
more than they have.
And I'm going with Texans on this. Nico Collins coming back this week. Joe Bixes has been playing well. And I want to go with the Texans here.
I'm going with the Lions.
Okay.
He's going with
Lions get their second loss. So
okay. He's going with Texans as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I almost jumped to conclusions there.
And then we got a banger of a Monday night.
Oh, Monday night. Dolphins at the
2-6
Rams.
Dolphins and 4-4 Rams.
Is the 4-4 record deceptive for the Rams?
It is because, their two top guys were down for several weeks. And Stafford and Kyron Williams kept things afloat. And so I'm going with the Rams because they're kind of getting hot right now. I honestly think they'll win their division. I think they're going to win the division. And I guess Puka got ejected for throwing a punch last week.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I'm going Rams over Dolphins here. Although Tua's back, and I mean, HA's playing well. Tyreek Hill still isn't grabbing his numbers just because, I don't know, the Dolphins they need to shake some things up.
They need something to change drastically. Yep. Just because, that it was always going to be, when Tua's back, and then it just hasn't happened.
Justin had the Rams as well.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams.
All right.
Then we have Broncos at Arrowhead.
Yeah, a noon game. We are favored by 8. The spread is 8.
Is there going to be a game this season for the rest of the season where we don't pick the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Where we don't.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
But like whatever, all these ones I've looked at, I'm going to pick the Chiefs every time. Justin says first blowout by the Chiefs, 38-15. Now your score was pretty close last week. You had 24-17 until they scored and then we scored again. But so I mean but still by the point difference, it's pretty close.
I know. The Suns been like, oh man, what the Broncos been doing. I mean, you see them when they play against good teams, they get destroyed. And Baltimore had their way. I think it was Baltimore, wasn't it? And they have their way with them. Check this stat out for those that are on this Bo Nix hype. The worst off-target percentage this season. And they put this was on ESPN. And Anthony Richardson, 24.4%, which he got benched. Caleb Williams, 24%. Bryce Young, 23.3%. Bo Nix, 18.9%. He's not accurate. And so I get it. He's a rookie coming in. Again, the games that they have won, I think have been against not good teams. And when they have played against some high level performing teams, they've gotten beat up quite a bit. And so of course I'm going to Chiefs here. And Justin said first or blowout of the Chiefs, 38-15. And so, I'm going Chiefs. And I think we and this is at home, I think we spanked that donkey.
Okay, laughing is probably not the best idea.
The score, I got 24-10. In 24-10.
I got 30 to 16.
30 to 16.
30 to 16.
Wow, what a score.
What a score.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Yep. No, I think that's it.
Yep.
Justyn, you have anything else to type besides that 16 is a weird number? I mean, there's a touchdown and 3 field goals. Okay, he's good. You're good. I think we're all good.
Yeah.
Please like, comment, and subscribe and share it. We got over 100 subs, so that was cool to see.
We love all the support
with this
out there.
Sickness, we've gotten a little bit behind, but we're going to be back on it, rolling. Justyn's throwing imaginary confetti behind the camera. So yeah, please share. We're enjoying this. We want to keep doing this as long as we can.
Yeah.
But until next time, guys, thy kingdom come.